Have you ever stood in front of the mirror, put on your favorite perfume, adjusted your hair just right, only to pause for a moment and wonder, do I still smell like me? It's not the kind of thing we talk about over coffee with friends, is it? But deep down, many of us have felt it. That quiet, nagging feeling that maybe, just maybe, our bodies aren't giving off the same scent they used to. And let me tell you, you are absolutely not alone. In fact, studies show that over 70% of women over 55 have felt self-conscious about their body scent at some point. But here's the thing. No one is really talking about it openly. It's almost like this unspoken taboo that floats around as we get older. And yet, for something that impacts how we feel, how we move through the world, how close we let others get, shouldn't we be having this conversation? Well, today we are. And not in a way that makes you feel ashamed or anxious, but in a way that helps you understand, embrace, and even take back control of your unique, evolving scent. Because the truth is, your body isn't betraying you. It's telling a different story now, and you have every right to own that story. So in this video, we're going to unpack some surprising truths about how our bodies change as we age, why those changes affect our scent in ways no one tells us, and most importantly, how to shift the narrative from fear to empowerment. And if you stay with me to the end, I'm going to share with you a simple, almost effortless daily habit that can help you feel fresh, confident, and connected to your body, no matter what age you are. Let's get into it. 1. How changes in skin oil affect your personal scent. Let's start with something that catches a lot of women off guard. How the oil in your skin changes as you age, and how that quietly but powerfully affects your natural scent. Most of us, when we think about body odor, immediately think of sweat, right? But here's the part that often gets overlooked. It's actually the oil your skin produces that plays a huge role in how you smell, maybe even more than sweat itself. Back in your 20s and 30s, your skin was basically an oil-producing powerhouse. Remember the shine on your forehead? The occasional breakout that popped up right before a big event? That was your sebaceous glands in full swing, keeping your skin hydrated, yes, but also locking in scents. And you probably didn't even realize it at the time, but those oils were doing you a big favor. They acted like a natural fragrance anchor, holding on to not only your body's natural scent, but also the perfumes and lotions you loved. That signature scent, the one people used to associate with you? Your skin oil was the quiet backstage hero behind it. But as we move into our 50s, 60s, and beyond, those oil glands slow down. And at first, that feels like a win. Goodbye, shine. Hello, matte skin. But there's a flip side. Less oil means your skin can't hold on to scent molecules the way it used to. Perfumes might not last past lunch. That body lotion you used to love might smell a little off or like it's missing something. And even more, your natural scent starts to change, becoming lighter, subtler. Some women even say it's powdery or sweet. That's not just your imagination, it's science. Less oil means fewer scent compounds get trapped on your skin. And it also means the bacteria on your skin, the ones that interact with sweat and create body odor, shift their behavior. The scent you used to have in your 40s, it's simply not the same today. But here's the empowering part. This is all normal. It's your body doing exactly what it's meant to do at this stage of life. And once you understand that, you can adjust your routine and even use this to your advantage. Later in this video, I'll share some easy, feel-good ways to help your fragrances work with your evolving skin chemistry, not against it, because smelling fabulous, that's timeless. 2. The truth about old person smell and why it's not what you think. Okay, let's get real for a moment and talk about something that makes most of us cringe just hearing the phrase old person smell. It's one of those cultural myths that people whisper about, make jokes about, but never really understand. And let me tell you right now, it's not about poor hygiene or neglect, and it's definitely not something you need to feel ashamed of. You know that faint scent you sometimes notice when you visit an older friend or relative's home? Some people call it musty, others say it's waxy or grassy, and for years people assumed it came from old furniture, dusty drapes, or just being old. But science has something very different to say. Researchers have discovered that as we age, our bodies naturally produce a compound called 2-nonanol. This isn't from sweat or from not showering enough. It's a byproduct of oxidative stress, basically how our bodies break down fatty acids over time, and it starts to become more noticeable after age 40. Here's where it gets tricky. Our skin, as we get older, becomes thinner and doesn't trap these compounds the way it used to. Instead, 2-nonenal sits on the surface of the skin, builds up in fabrics like clothes, bedding, and yes, even the armrests of your favorite recliner. Over time, that's what creates that distinct lingering scent people associate with aging. It's not dirt, it's not neglect, it's simply biology. But, and this is important, just because it's natural doesn't mean you're stuck with it. In fact, once you understand what's really going on, you can take simple, empowering steps to manage it. Things like staying hydrated, eating more antioxidant-rich foods like citrus, berries, and leafy greens can help fight oxidative stress and reduce the production of 2-nonenal. Regular gentle exfoliation is another easy fix. It helps remove the dead skin cells where that compound likes to hang out. And no, you don't need to scrub your skin raw or go overboard with harsh soaps. In fact, that can make things worse by drying out your skin even more. So the next time you hear someone casually joke about old person smell, you can smile knowing the truth. It's not a flaw. It's not something to be embarrassed about. It's simply a part of how your amazing body evolves over time. And there are plenty of graceful, healthy ways to stay feeling fresh and confident. And in just a few minutes, I'm going to share some powerful little lifestyle tweaks that can help you embrace your evolving scent and even turn it into part of your personal charm. 3. How hormonal shifts can change your natural scent. Let's talk about something that every woman has experienced in some way, but very few connect directly to body odor, hormonal changes. If you've been through pregnancy, menopause, or even just the monthly roller coaster of hormones earlier in life, you know hormones can affect just about everything: your mood, your skin, your sleep. But what a lot of women don't realize is that they also quietly but powerfully influence how you smell. Estrogen, in particular, plays a starring role. When you're younger, especially during pregnancy or your peak reproductive years, estrogen levels are higher, and one of the side benefits is that it actually keeps body odor pretty mild and in check. Your skin is more hydrated, your sweat glands are balanced, and even though you might have been sweating, the mix of moisture and healthy skin bacteria kept your scent more neutral, even soft. But as estrogen starts to decline, especially after menopause, that whole balance shifts. Your skin becomes drier, your sweat glands produce less moisture, and while that might make you think, hey, less sweat, less odor, right? That's not exactly how it works. Here's the twist. Drier skin actually changes the kinds of bacteria that live on your skin's surface, and it's those bacteria that interact with sweat and oils to create your unique scent. When the skin's environment becomes drier, the balance of bacteria tilts, and some women notice their natural body scent becomes slightly sharper, maybe a little spicier, or just different. For some, it's a subtle change. For others, it can feel frustrating, especially when the deodorant you've trusted for decades suddenly doesn't feel like it's doing the job anymore. But the good news is, you can absolutely adjust to this new phase of your body's chemistry. Switching to a pH-balanced body wash designed for mature skin can make a world of difference. These are formulated to help your skin maintain its natural acidity, which keeps odor-causing bacteria in check without stripping your skin's moisture. Plus, little wardrobe swaps, like opting for breathable natural fabrics such as cotton or bamboo instead of synthetic blends, can make you feel fresher throughout the day. And here's the most important thing to remember. This isn't your body going rogue on you. It's your body stepping into a new chapter with new rhythms and patterns. And with just a few thoughtful tweaks, you can feel just as comfortable and confident in your skin as you did before, maybe even more so, because now you're embracing your body's changes, not fighting them. 4. How medications might be quietly changing how you smell. Now here's something that surprises a lot of women. Did you know your medications could be quietly shifting the way you smell? It's not something most doctors mention when they hand over a prescription, but it's more common than you might think. Think about it. Most medications are designed to adjust or support some system inside your body, whether it's balancing hormones, lowering blood pressure, managing blood sugar, or easing chronic pain. But as these medications do their job, they also create byproducts as your body breaks them down. And guess what? Some of those byproducts exit your body through your sweat, your breath, and even your skin. For example, blood pressure medications, especially certain types of beta blockers or diuretics, can lead to excess sweating, or they might change the composition of your sweat slightly. And when your sweat changes, your scent can too. Antidepressants and anxiety medications. Some of these adjust neurotransmitters that also affect how much you sweat and how your skin interacts with moisture and bacteria. One of the more surprising ones? Some diabetes medications can lead to a faintly sweet or fruity body scent because of how they alter blood sugar metabolism. And even certain painkillers, especially if used long-term, have been reported to change people's natural scent in subtle ways. Now, before you panic or start thinking you need to stop your medications, don't. That's not the point here. The key is awareness. If you've noticed a shift in your body odor after starting or changing a medication, bring it up with your doctor. Sometimes even small adjustments to dosage or switching to a similar medication can ease those side effects. And if your medication is essential and changes aren't possible, there are still ways to support your body. Staying well hydrated helps flush excess compounds from your system. Adding more hydrating foods like cucumbers, melons, and celery can make a difference too. At the end of the day, your body is working hard to keep you healthy. And with a few mindful tweaks to your self-care routine, you can support it from the inside out and continue feeling like the vibrant, confident woman you are. 5. The surprising connection. Between your diet and your scent. You've probably heard the old saying, "You are what you eat." Well, when it comes to how you smell, that saying might be more literal than you realize. What you put into your body doesn't just affect your energy, your skin, or your digestion. It also plays a surprisingly direct role in how you smell on the outside. Think about this. Ever eaten a garlic-heavy meal and noticed the lingering aroma, not just on your breath, but coming through your pores the next day? That's because certain foods contain compounds, like sulfur, that don't just get digested and forgotten. They actually enter your bloodstream and make their way out through your sweat, your skin, and even your breath. And while garlic and onions are the usual suspects, they're not the only foods affecting your scent. Red meat, for instance, takes longer to digest, and during that process, certain byproducts can blend with your natural sweat, giving off a heavier, sometimes more pungent scent. Alcohol is another one. Your body can only process so much at a time, and the rest, it sneaks out through your pores, which is why some people can still smell alcohol the morning after. Even spicy foods, those delicious curries and hot peppers, can rev up your sweat glands and leave a lingering spiciness on your skin. And for some women, dairy can play a surprising role, especially if your body doesn't process lactose well, leading to a slightly sour scent. But it's not all bad news. There are foods that actually work in your favor when it comes to keeping your body odor fresh and light. Leafy greens like spinach, kale, and parsley are packed with chlorophyll, which acts like a natural internal deodorizer. Citrus fruits like oranges, lemons, and grapefruits not only help flush out toxins, but can also give your scent a subtle brightness from the inside out. Herbs like mint and basil, They don't just taste fresh, they can make you smell a little fresher too. And don't forget green tea. Rich in antioxidants, it helps neutralize odor-causing compounds right from your digestive system. And so if you've been noticing that your scent has shifted or feels heavier than it used to, take a gentle, curious look at your diet. You don't need to overhaul everything overnight, but small tweaks, like swapping out a few red meat meals for fish or adding in more greens and citrus, can make a noticeable difference not just in how you feel, but in how you smell. Because at the end of the day, what you put into your body is one of the easiest, most natural ways to support a scent that feels like you. 6. How stress sweat is different and what you can do about it. Let's be honest. Life doesn't exactly slow down when we get older, does it? In fact, for many of us, stress can feel even heavier as we navigate health concerns, family responsibilities, financial worries, and just the day-to-day curveballs life loves to throw our way. But here's what most people don't realize. Not all sweat is created equal, and stress sweat? Oh, that's in a category all its own. You see, your body has two main types of sweat glands. The first type, called eccrine glands, are spread all over your body. They produce a light, watery sweat that cools you down when you're physically hot, like after a brisk walk or a warm day in the garden. This kind of sweat is mostly water and salt, and it's practically odorless. But then there are the apocrine glands. These are located in those more intimate, cozy areas, like your underarms, your groin, and around your nipples. And here's the kicker. When you're stressed, it's these glands that kick into high gear. They produce a thicker, milky sweat packed with proteins and fats. Basically, a buffet for the bacteria living on your skin. And when bacteria feast on those proteins, that's when you get that sharp, almost sour scent we often associate with stress. What's more, as we get older, stress can feel even more intense. And it's not just emotional stress. Our bodies can react to physical stress, changes in hormones, or even feeling socially overwhelmed. For women in their 50s, 60s, and beyond, those stress sweat moments can feel sneakier, like they show up when you least expect them. Maybe it's during an important conversation, a doctor's appointment, or even just dealing with a tricky family situation. But here's the empowering part. Once you understand how stress sweat works, you can outsmart it. First, let's talk self-care. Deep breathing exercises aren't just for yoga class. Slowing down your breath, inhale for 4 counts, hold for 4, exhale for 4, can actually lower your body's stress response in real time, helping prevent that apocrine sweat from going into overdrive. Next, let's talk about what's happening on your skin. Using a gentle antibacterial body wash can help reduce the bacteria that break down stress sweat into odor and avoid tight synthetic fabrics. Those trap the sweat and make everything worse. Instead, opt for natural, breathable fabrics like cotton, bamboo, or linen. They allow your skin to breathe, helping prevent that moisture from lingering and creating odors. And perhaps the most important step: be kind to yourself. Stress sweat isn't a personal failure. It's your body's ancient way of coping with the world around you. The key is not to fight it, but to support your body with gentle practices that help you feel comfortable, fresh, and in control. Remember, managing stress isn't just about smelling better, it's about feeling better too. And that's a gift you absolutely deserve to give yourself every single day. 7. Why your clothes might be holding on to odors and how to fix it. Now here's something that often catches women off guard. Sometimes it's not actually your body that's producing the odor you're noticing, it's your clothes. That's right. Even after a good wash, your favorite blouse or cozy sweater might still be quietly holding on to odors from days, weeks, even months ago. And the older we get, the more this becomes an issue. Why? Because as your body's chemistry shifts, remember that 2-nonenal compound we talked about earlier? Those oils and sweat compounds are a little different than they were in your younger years. And unfortunately, some fabrics, especially synthetic ones like polyester and nylon, are like magnets for those compounds. They trap them deep inside the fibers where a quick spin in the washer just can't reach. To make matters trickier, many detergents and fabric softeners we grew up trusting, they actually leave behind residues that can build up over time, making it even harder for your clothes to get truly clean. That means even freshly washed clothes can develop a faint, musty, or stale scent, especially if they've been packed tightly in the closet or worn during a stressful day. But the good news? There are simple, budget-friendly ways to break the cycle and keep your wardrobe smelling as fresh as you feel inside. First up, white vinegar. I know it doesn't sound glamorous, but it's a powerhouse when it comes to neutralizing odor-causing bacteria trapped in fabrics. Just add half a cup of white vinegar to your wash cycle. It helps break down stubborn buildup and leaves your clothes feeling soft and smelling neutral. Another old-school trick that works wonders? Baking soda, adding a scoop to your laundry helps lift odors right out of the fibers. And here's something many people overlook. Don't overload your washing machine. When you pack it full, the water and detergent can't circulate properly, and the clothes don't get as clean as you think. And whenever possible, let your clothes dry outside in the sunshine. Sunlight is nature's best disinfectant. The UV rays help kill odor-causing bacteria, and there's nothing quite like the fresh scent of laundry that's been dried by the breeze. And let's not forget about those cozy throws, pillowcases, and even your favorite chair. Over time, these fabrics absorb oils and sweat just like your clothes. Giving them a regular refresh, whether it's a sprinkle of baking soda followed by a vacuum or a gentle wash, can make your whole living space feel fresher. At the end of the day, your clothes and fabrics are like a second skin. By giving them a little extra TLC, you can make sure they're not working against you, and instead they become part of what makes you feel fresh, clean, and confident in every season of life. 8. How your home environment might be affecting your personal scent, and how to refresh it naturally. Finally, let's talk about the space you live in, the place where you spend most of your time, where your skin, your clothes, your air, and your memories all blend together. Believe it or not, your home environment plays a bigger role in your personal scent than most people ever realize. Have you ever walked into someone's home and instantly recognized that lived-in scent? Sometimes it's cozy and comforting. Other times it's a bit stale or musty. And guess what? The same thing can happen in our own homes, and over time those lingering smells can subtly settle onto your skin, your hair, your clothes, becoming part of the scent you carry into the world. This is especially true in homes that are older or where windows aren't opened often. Soft surfaces like carpets, drapes, upholstered chairs, and bedding act like scent sponges. They absorb cooking smells, pet odors, perfumes, body oils, even the natural changes happening to your body as you age. And if those spaces aren't refreshed regularly, they create a scent cocktail that clings, often without you even realizing it. But here's the beautiful part. Refreshing your home environment doesn't require expensive candles or harsh chemical sprays. In fact, some of the most effective methods are simple, natural, and soothing. First and easiest, open those windows. Even just 15 minutes of fresh air a day can work wonders, sweeping out stale odors and bringing in clean, light energy. And if you can, let the morning sun pour in. It helps disinfect and lift odors from the air and fabrics. Second, bring out the humble baking soda again. Sprinkle it on carpets, sofas, or mattresses. Let it sit for a few hours, then vacuum it up. It absorbs odors like magic, leaving your fabrics neutral and fresh. Third, don't forget your bedding and favorite cozy throws. Washing them regularly, especially pillowcases and blankets, helps keep body oils and sweat from building up. And if you're feeling fancy, adding a few drops of lavender or citrus essential oil to your wash can add a light, natural fragrance without overpowering the senses. And if you're ready to take it a step further, investing in an air purifier can help remove airborne particles, pet dander, and even lingering cooking scents that might be affecting how your home, and by extension, you, smell. At the heart of it all, your home is an extension of you. By keeping it fresh, Clean and filled with scents that make you feel calm, happy, and at peace, you create an environment that not only supports your physical well-being, but lifts your spirit too. And when you step out into the world, that lightness, that confidence, it carries with you. Because feeling fresh isn't just about soap and perfume, it's about the entire environment you create for yourself, inside and out. So here's the truth I hope you take with you today. Yes, our bodies change as we age. Our skin, our hormones, even the way we smell, it all shifts and evolves. But these changes aren't something to fear, hide, or be embarrassed about. They're simply part of your body's story, a new chapter filled with wisdom, experience, and a kind of beauty that only comes with time. Too often, society tries to tell women that freshness, radiance, and confidence belong only to the young. But I'm here to remind you, that's a lie. Confidence, grace, and even that irresistible personal scent, those things belong to you at every stage of life, especially now. Because now, you have the knowledge. You understand how your body works, how your environment affects you, how to nourish yourself from the inside out. And more importantly, you have the power to decide how you want to feel in your own skin, in your own clothes, in your own space. So if you've noticed changes in your scent, take a deep breath and smile. You're simply entering a new season of you. And with a few gentle tweaks, whether it's adjusting your skincare routine, refreshing your wardrobe, giving your home a little extra love, or embracing foods that help you feel vibrant, you can make this season as beautiful, fresh, and uniquely you as any other. Before you go, I'd love to hear from you. Have you noticed shifts in your scent as you've gotten older? What little rituals or habits help you feel your freshest, most confident self? Share your story in the comments below. I read every single one. And your experience might just help another woman feel a little less alone on this journey. And if this video touched you, inspired you, or made you feel seen, I hope you'll like, subscribe, and share it with a friend or loved one. Because these are conversations we need to be having, openly, kindly, without shame. Until next time, remember, aging isn't about losing your glow. It's about discovering new ways to let it shine.